Right then, what are the controls? How do we do the wanderings of a round? With a perfectly straightforward setup. I have to catch the last train. Some rather quiet but rather funky music. Right then, so good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game where I have no face, which frankly would be an improvement upon this, but never mind. So, a lot of motion blur. Mikey, I'm going to go through this door and leave. I have to catch the train. It's late. Alright, fair enough. So, yes, good evening ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a little game called Letters from the Metro. Another advertisement. How wonderful. Our world does seem to be full of those things, doesn't it? So, I am under the vague impression that I've played this game before. But I'm not surprised as I play this game with the controllers. I'm nightmare doing it with the worst case. Can I go this way? No, I can just go off the screen and then have no idea where I am. Spiffing. Oh, can I go this way? Since I seem to be addicted to shoving myself into all the wrong places. There's a joke in there which is too filthy even for me to make. Oh my giddy aunt. Yeah, I feel like I've played this game before. It seems familiar. The name seems familiar. The page seems familiar. But, a pussycat. Hello, pussycat. Giddy aunt. Hello, pussycat. Can I speak to pussycat? A poster for a theatre, I guess, showing a black cat. It's an odd poster. It reminds me of something. It reminds me of Bib, the day she became a vampire. But never mind. It's a story for another day. Yeah, I feel like I've played this game before, but I've looked around on the channel and I can't see any video in which I've played this. So, unless it was like a failed recording from years ago, but worth giving it a try again, I suppose. Let's have a read of this. Cats are generally associated with mystery and intuition due to their secretive, strange, and often inexplicable behaviours. Black cats, in particular, are highly symbolic of these traits, since darkness has both intrigued humans and made them fearful from the beginning of our evolution. Night has always been a vulnerable time for a creature that cannot see well in the dark, but our fear of it is countered by a curiosity about its beauty and possibilities. Cats, being nocturnal animals, as well as blending into the dark effortlessly, became synonymous over time with the dark and the unknown sides of life. Not to mention our old favourite from psychology, the subconscious mind, says a folded newspaper on the table. Well, thank you, folded newspaper, for, it's less sensationalist than you expect to find in most newspapers in these days. It is locked and says, authorised personnel only. Alright, well I don't think I'm authorised, other than being authorised to go away and leave people alone. What does this say? Can I read this with my face? A notice on the wall. Dear Metro passenger, please read the notice carefully, because I am very bad at reading, and it's telling me to read it carefully so that I don't muck it up. The fare gates are currently not working because of a malfunction in one of the generators in the small power room. Whoever reads this, please take the power room key from inside the ticket booth and press the main button on the generator in the small power room, accessed from the corridor. This is a standard procedure. Please return the key to the booth after the power is reset. Are they serious? What now? What seems to be now is that everything's a bit broken. Alright, this society is far more trusting than any real society dares be. I don't think we needed this much of a close-up upon our protagonist's package. But here we are. Got corridor key. Excellent and spiffing. Let us leave immediately as soon as I figure out these controls. Giddy aunt. The thing about these controls, right, is that so WAS takes you sort of out of the screen, and S takes you into the screen, A takes you to the right, and D takes you to the left, right? But then when you transition into a different screen, the direction sort of stays the same, right? So I'm going to continue to press A as we go across. So now I'm pressing A, I'm actually going right, but now if I let go of A and press it again, I turn left, which is a little counterintuitive. It does make sense, because it means that you don't suddenly start walking off in random directions as soon as you transition from one scene to another. But it's a little unusual, and it will take a bit of adjusting to. But goodness, I do like these fixed camera angles. They can be quite effective when they want to be. So let's see if we can find this small generator room. Is this the small generator room? This seems to be quite a big generator room, but Let us see if we can activate. Is this the button? This one seems to be working. The notice on the wall is referring to this button. Am I really supposed to do this? Probably not, but you know. We do have a train to catch. That was perhaps a stupid idea. Shock horror, an idea that came out of my head, was stupid. Can I have this light, please? A light. It wasn't here when I stepped into this room. I'm going to pick it up. Good. Of that I am grateful, because it's very dark. Okay, this is a truly unique camera angle. I seem to have got myself stuck on his arse, which is unlike anything I've ever experienced before in my entire life of playing video games, and I've played quite a few of them in my time. Can I sprint? Yeah, I can, and then I can jiggle my head about all over the place. Tell me we don't have a chase sequence with this. My word, these camera angles will screw with my brain. Okay, let's see what else we've got. We seem to have a bit of a maze going on here. These red lights seem to be of importance, so I'm going to follow them as best I can and see where they lead. Man alive. I really hope that this scene doesn't last very long, because this is seriously going to give me a headache if we carry on like this. And there's a big red door here. Oh, hooray. Kittiana, am I grateful that that is over. That was very interesting from an artistic perspective, but from like a brain perspective it was quite painful. Oh goodness, here is a person with much more face than I have got. Hello, faced person, can I speak about you? A photo of me in high school. I didn't like this photo at all, yet it was hanging on my wall for years. Horrible years. Where is this place? I don't know, but it does seem a bit narcissistic to put a picture of yourself on the wall. But never mind. My mother liked generic Japanese posters like this one. It's a poster of a bird on a tree branch. Is it? Oh yes, it is. Some sort of sparrow or something, perhaps. They have sparrows in Japan? I don't know. This door is locked from this side. Okay, so perhaps I can get a key in order to open the door. This door is also locked, but possibly we don't know from what side it is. Alright, can I read this? If I could wrestle with the camera. The other day, he told me I am ugly. Obviously annoyed about not telling him I would come late that night, he let loose himself to suppress my existence with whatever. Who told you to bring a kid? Is it my fault that I am carrying your genes? This whole time I stood there so he could yell at me with horrible words. I'm sick of it and can't stomach it anymore. Last week I had a nightmare. In the nightmare I went to the kitchen and saw him walking disfigured with giant staring eyes, trying to catch a bird. When he saw me, he laughed and started to walk towards me. I hate it here. This is my handwriting from when I was 14. There is a seal inside the envelope of what looks like a cage. A bird cage. A budgerigar cage. What? The shadow of a cage has appeared on my flashlight. Goodness. I have no idea what that means, but, never mind. Oh, alright. Do I have to line this up somewhere with something? Possibly, perhaps. Very strange. Very strange. Quite mysterious, though. I like it. It's not giving out too much information yet. Alright, perhaps I need to shine this on the picture of the bird. Perhaps put the bird in the cage. Ooh! I think I did it. Everything's gone a bit purple in discotheque. Indeed, it seems like the door has unlocked. Of this I'm grateful. Not this door, though. I meant the other one. Oh yeah, there we are. That looks more like the screen we had a minute ago. Alright, let us go through the door and see what we find. There is what I thought was a door might actually be an elevator or something, judging by the fact there doesn't seem to be a door handle. But, let's see what else we find. We find a bicycle and a palm tree. And some writing, which looks Arabic. I realise that I don't actually know if the different Arabic languages use different alphabets, so forgive me if I'm being generic. The Dark was under a white car. I found him in our alley when I was coming back from the school. I had not seen a cat in our neighbourhood for a long time. I opened the sandwich in my backpack and gave him some chicken and lured him out. He looked tired. I wish that people... Oh, I knew that people didn't like black cats that much. After he finished eating, he walked towards me and started rubbing his head on my jeans. I sat on the sidewalk and he sat next to me, my palm on his back. He accepted me. We sat there, watching the passing people and cars for half an hour. This one dates to when I was 14. There was a seal inside the envelope of what looks like a cat raising one of its hands. Okay, so presumably this is going to allow me to cast another shadow. I need to figure out where to lay it. So, it said he was under a white car, and I think there was a car just next to us. So it's either going to be there or perhaps somewhere on the sidewalk. So, let me see if I can get my tootsies off the screen for 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. There we go. Let me see if I can kind of point this under the car first. Goodness, there's some other shadows here. Oh, hang on, there's what looks like a shadow of a boy reaching out. That might be where the cat goes. There we go. Giving cuddles to Pussycat. This is excellent, and I thoroughly approve of this. How very curious. It's like I'm reliving memories of my character. It's quite curious. I like that this was not the door that we were talking about, was it? This was clearly talking about a different door. I'm not very good at identifying the doors. Would you walk forwards, man? I know you're falling over a palm tree, but, you know, get on with your life. Get over it. Specifically the tree. Alright, let me see if I can go through this door. This door here. Come on, there we go. Okay, yeah, I like that it's being a bit mysterious. It's not explaining why we're going through this, only that we are. My mother would sit here and talk with her family. Ah, the era of landlines. You unlock the door. I don't know what with. Oh, we're back here again. Okay, that's interesting. So we've gained access to a new part of the house. Some sort of painting of people going swimming. A photo of me and my cousins when I was 6, and we went north. Oh, alrighty then. Presumably we live quite far south there. This is where I've just come from, isn't it? Yes, my geography is not excellent. So, speaking of geography, presumably we live quite far south if when we travel north it's warm enough that we can go swimming. What do we have here? Another note with another piece of metal. I know he would never let me keep him inside because of his OCD or whatever it is. I wish I could protect him from whatever is out there, but I know cats are tough beasts, and I'm sure he can handle himself. When winter hits, I should make a small house for him with one of the cardboard boxes. I get close to... I presume that's the name of the cat. Every day. I share that sense of loneliness he has. For some reason, he means something very special to me. My own handwriting. The date at the bottom of this letter dates back to when I was 15. Oh, I thought my handwriting was so specific that I could recognise how old I was from various different tiers of handwriting, but it seems I'm wrong. Alright, a little cat house. Okay, it doesn't say where he was going to construct the house, but I'm sure we can find somewhere. Can I go through this yellow door here? No, I cannot. Okay, can I go through this yellow door over here? This door is locked as well. Okay then, so presumably it's going to be back out here. Can I run again? Yes, I can. Excellent. Yeah, where might it be, I wonder? Just hold on to all of your cats. We'll figure this out. Could it be here? He's like building the house this time. If I could wrestle with the angles long enough. No? Presumably this does go somewhere else then. Interesting. Where could this go? He said he was going to build it next from some cardboard boxes, if I remember correctly. My giddy aunt. Thank you. So perhaps if I find some boxes, I can put that next to it. I have also just realised this road doesn't go anywhere because it's just a great big wall. So I'm a little bit confused by that, but presumably we're in some kind of subconscious bit of brain rather than anywhere else. So where could this go, I wonder? Where could this be meant to be? Where would he have constructed the house? It must go where the cat was. Can I go... Can I ever see where I'm going again? Can I go back through here? This door is locked. Okay, then, so I can't go back through there. So there must be... There must be somewhere this is meant to go. I would think it was around here somewhere. Because... Oh, it's here? You built a cat house in the middle of the lake? Cats usually don't like lakes, large bodies of water and swimming, but alright. It's a bit weird. Never mind, we figured it out, and that's the important thing. We didn't stand here wandering around for half an hour trying to figure it out. It's a cassette player. I'm going to press the play button. This is positively pleasant. It's also positively copyrighted, but never mind. Never mind. It is a door to the bathroom. It seems like the knob isn't working. These dysfunctional knobs. That's beautiful. I'm trying to recognise the language. I'm struggling severely. I've got no idea whatsoever. There is another thing here, perhaps of some lips. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I don't recognise the language at all. It doesn't sound sort of Western European. So I don't know. It sounds vaguely sort of Mediterranean, but I'm not entirely sure where. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Tonight I'm leaving. I am going to Tehran. Is that it? A friend of mine. Oh, now that I think about it, it's probably somewhere in the Middle East, isn't it? Given the Arabic writing we were looking at before. Now that I think about it, never mind. I was stupid at making assumptions. A friend of mine has some work for me, and I said yes. I've been waiting for the chance to leave this place. I can't really handle his misbehaviour. Every single move I want to make inside or outside this house must be watched by him, controlled by him. I feel like I'm getting suffocated here. I feel sorry for you, but please forgive me. There is a dorm I will share with 3 other boys. Don't worry, I will be fine. I will try to write you letters, but I must stay away from you. I don't want the nightmares to hurt me anymore. This is a letter I wrote to my mother when I left our home at 18. I never went back and migrated abroad 5 years later. There is a seal in the envelope that is not familiar to me. Is it hello? Friend, can I assist you with something? Oh, no, I can't, because you've gone. Alright, so, there's a bookshelf here. I'm reading your books. Gideon, that went down the wrong pipe. I, presumably, again, need to shine this on something, though goodness knows where, because we don't even know what it is. I write only for my shadow, which is cast on the wall in front of the light. I must introduce myself to it. It says at the back of one of the books, Blind Owl. My shadow, which is cast on the wall in front of the light. Is that a clue? You're trying to tell me there's a light somewhere, and I need to cast that. Okay, this is quite high up, actually. The others have been a bit lower down. There's no lights on in this room, however, which is the scary thing. Oh, now it looks like an eye. Oh, no. Oh, apparently that's exactly where it's supposed to go. I was just being stupid. I think it's like an eyelid, not a pair of kisses. Now, I was yammering slightly too loud in order to hear what that was. It sounded like a car crash of some kind. Oh yeah, we'll try to go in the bathroom. Let me go back to the road. That seems the most likely candidate for the location of a car incident. Sounds like an angry cat. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh gosh, I saw a splash of red on the floor. I have a real... Oh gosh. I heard a car brake and a loud scream. I ran to the street to see a car had hit the cat and run away. I saw he was still alive but suffering. The 2 of his rear legs had lost flesh and been disfigured. I burst into tears and wrapped him in a towel and walked to a shelter. The doctor said it was too late and it was best to put him to sleep. He began the injection and he left me. When I came back, he started questioning me about where I was all night. I had a lump in my throat, a strong hatred for him, my own life, and everything around me. This is my handwriting from when I was 16. There is a seal inside the envelope that looks like a syringe. Oh, and I know exactly where it has to go, and I hate the fact that I know. This is not pleasant. I don't like this. Can we go back to the human horrors? Can we just have, like, some people dying or something? Because I'm oddly blasé about that, but when it comes to animals, things get a bit more difficult for me. And, you know, I should emphasize, I'm not kind of like screaming animal rights activist, right? That's nice. It's very nice. Sort of cruise music. It's nice. I say cruise isn't like a cruise on a ship, is what I mean. Not like, no, I don't know. Never mind. Anyway, I was talking about not being a screaming animal rights activist. Wasn't there a poster on this one? I wanted to look at it. Never mind. It might be a painting, actually. It's got some bright colours on it. That's about the best I can tell you. Oh, another one. Yeah, I'm not like a screaming animal rights activist or anything. I'm not even a vegetarian, but there's just something about the innocence of animals that really makes it a lot more difficult for me to hear about that kind of thing. I remember when I was 6, we went on a trip north, 3 of us. My dad ordered fried trout for all of us, and we started to eat. Music was playing, a man was singing. I couldn't say the lyrics and made some stuff up, singing along. My parents both laughed. I looked at the trees outside of the restaurants, their leaves gently flapping in the wind. I looked to my right and saw my father is staring and smiling at me. It's so weird. This version of him was so kind-hearted and lovely that I couldn't remember how he became that monster. I barely knew anymore. I still remember the colour of the day, the smell of the fish, and the happy look on the old couple's face next to us. I don't know when I wrote this, but it is my own handwriting. There is a seal inside the envelope that looks like a kid pointing up. Curious. Oh, here, perhaps here? Perhaps joining in with the frivolity of the kite flying? I don't know how short I'm supposed to be in this situation, but seems the closer I stand to the wall, the shorter I get. So, there's something for you to write in a magazine where you try to sell some snake oil cure for shortness. Alright, another door has opened, so let us trot through and see what we find. The knob is broken, it won't open. It wasn't this door, it must have been another door. I don't know why I'm so dreadful with thinking out the doors in this game, but never mind. Well, the music has stopped. I was rather enjoying that. Quite like foreign language music. It really makes you study the sort of the musical aesthetic of it, rather than getting too worked up with the lyrics and the meaning of it all. What is this? A map? A map of Iran. They say it looks like a cat. Do they? I don't know. Let me see if I can get a better look at it. I'm not seeing it, to be honest. I know there's that famous picture of a cat, where it's like the map of the world, and sort of the Americas are like the cat's back legs, and then sort of Europe and Asia are the cat's body, and then sort of Oceania, the little islands, are like the paw, and then Australia is a ball that it's playing with, which is rather a cute image. But some more keys, okay. But I'm not seeing it in this map. Please come visit us. I know you have bad memories from our home, but listen to me. It's not going to end well for you if you do not make peace with the past. Your father, all these years, we both know he was suffering from severe anxiety and compulsion, but refused to seek therapy. After we moved here, everything just went downhill for him and us. First that crooked partner of his, and then his depression. I know it was bitter years for you, but please do not hold a grudge. Come visit him, at least write a letter. I will read it for him. The doctors say he is getting dementia. It helps if he remembers you. A letter with my mother's handwriting that dates back to almost 7 years ago. I never went back to visit them, and I heard my father had passed away. Did I ever receive this letter? There is a key next to it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is turning out to be a little bit more a little more sober than I had otherwise realised. Okay, so I've got another key, which might lead me somewhere. I have a funny feeling we're going to get led into, perhaps into the parents' bedroom, where perhaps the father was on his deathbed, with the mother reading to him. Let's see what we can find. Were there any doors that we left locked in here? Unless well, it said entrance key, didn't it? Maybe it allows me to go out the front door again. This door's locked. No, okay then. Well, there goes that idea. Let me try some of the other doors. Where did this lead? Oh yeah, this led back to here, and I'd rather not stay here any longer than is absolutely necessary. Well, the ball moves. That's interesting. Interesting attention to detail. This leads back into. Oh, okay. That's the door I just came to. Sorry. This leads back into this restaurant. Okay, there was this door over here to the left. I remember going through that was locked. Perhaps it lets me through here. Perhaps it's the entrance to the restaurant rather than anything else. No, this won't open. Oh, good deal. I presume the ones with the broken knobs are the doors that I can't ever access, rather than being able to unlock them with a key. Okay, I don't think there's anything here that I can interact with or move. So there must be another door somewhere. Where is it? We went through here, didn't we? Yes. I presume, given the fact that all the sound has died, that this is the door we're looking for. Here we go. We've unlocked the door. Seems to be in a corridor, I think. It's very difficult to tell, it's so dark. Oh! And here is a picture of a man. Hello, man. Goodness. That was an interesting train ride, wasn't it? My giddy aunt. Right, now we can get on the train! Leave. Get the hell out of this place and never ever come back ever again. Wow. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Goodness. That was very interesting, very subtle, very oh, presumably those are the names of the songs. Very sort of understated. It didn't sort of throw anything in your face. It just allowed you to experience it. That was very mysterious. It's interesting. It's a very. It seems wrong to say it's a very normal story. What I mean to say is it's a very human and very relatable story. The trauma that the protagonist goes through, but so strange that just the setting. The idea that you're just going through your normal commute, just walking down the street, and then it all sort of comes flashing back to you. Although I suppose that's the way grief works, isn't it? You can feel fine one day, and then all of a sudden, seemingly for no reason, it all washes over you again, and it's as if it all happened yesterday. So perhaps that's what this is going for. It's trying to emulate that by invoking it all in what would otherwise be a very ordinary situation. So I'm glad I came back to play this before. I do still have vague recollections of the mechanic of casting the shadow with the pieces of metal that you hold in front of the flashlight. I do have vague recollections of doing that, but I don't remember the story and I don't remember what happened to it. So if I have recorded this before and it is somewhere else on the channel, then I sincerely apologise. But that was very good and very enjoyable, very professionally put together. So I very much enjoyed that, and I hope you did as well. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.